Hi, Roseanne. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Palmer. I'm doing okay today, I think.
Okay. Well, how are you feeling? I looked at your blood test, and you're doing excellent. The virus is out of your bloodstream, which is an excellent sign. Well, how are you feeling on this?
Well, considering, my diagnosis, I'm trying to pull through. I have my moments, but I think I'm holding up okay at this point, pretty
Right.
much, yeah.
Okay. My nurse checked your weight, and you're down about 10 pounds. Okay. Are you eating well enough, or what's going on with that?
Well, first of all, I'm thrilled to have lost the weight, which, if anything good's going to come out of having a disease, a weight loss is, it's awful as it sounds, is,
Right.
for me, it's working because I've always been a little overweight and now I can fit in clothes a little, more comfortably. I'm probably, my diet's been a little weird. I think maybe it's just because of the medication or what's going on. I find myself having a hard time consuming food earlier in the day, so that's something maybe we can talk about in
Right.
developing a better plan.
Well, I think that it's good that you lost the weight, okay, but the way that you're eating, I'm not really happy about. I would like you to eat multiple small meals throughout the day, which will do two things. One, it won't make you gain weight because we're going to put you on healthy foods, okay, but two, it's going to make you less nauseous and give you more energy. Because if you're not eating in the morning, you're probably taking your ribavirin pills on an empty stomach. Do you feel nauseous at all?
That certainly is one of the problems. I think it's also I think I'm afraid the food's only going to make probably the nausea worse. So I'm probably just fear alone is keeping me from not eating.
Right. Well,
in the morning.
There's certain types of foods that I'm going to want you to eat which won't make you as nauseous. If you stick to very tiny meals, like let's say even if you have a cracker and ginger ale, or if you have a small cup of rice, or baked potato, and then take the ribavirin pills, that's not going to make you gain back weight, but I think that it's going to be helpful in terms of decreasing nausea and increasing energy levels. Because I think that you said on the last visit with my nurse that you were feeling very fatigued also, because a lot of these things you're really not bringing up with me, and I'd like you to come out more and bring these things to my attention.
Yeah, I have to say that in a lot of cases I'm kind of in avoidance myself with them because I'm
Right.
kind of pretending that everything is okay. But certainly, as far as my dietary pattern goes, I have to develop, a more structured way of eating because I'm just finding myself, because my energy level is just depleted.
Right. Okay.
So, we'll work out some kind of you said you'd give me some ideas in terms of a new meal plan.
Right.
I tend not to eat the right kind of foods as well, which I
Right.
think I need to be more aware of.
Okay,
in
another
terms of my
point that I
body.
wanted to bring up, while you do have very beautiful hair, nice and shiny and all, I notice it is getting a little bit thinner. Have you noticed any more of it falling out at all? Because you're not really bringing that up to me.
Yeah, I've had a little bit of, hair more hair in the clogging up the drain, which I'm trying to pretend I don't see. So that's a problem. And also, I'm noticing that I'm getting more gray hair, so I have decided to highlight it a little bit,
Okay.
a little bit of color.
Okay, what are you using to highlight your hair?
I'm not using a dye. I'm using like a rinse.
Excellent.
Yeah, that
Okay,
washes
good.
out over time. So yeah, I'm a little leery about using any kind of chemical products on my hair.
Excellent. Okay, another thing I would like to suggest for you is that since you are losing a little bit of hair, before it gets to a point where you get uncomfortable with it, I'd like you to start biotin, which is a vitamin. It may help. It hasn't been proven, but it may help. And also shampoo that may help grow hair, called Nioxin. Again, these things aren't proven, but I think that you may find them very helpful. So I'd like you to start on those things. Also, I'm looking at the notes here. My nurse noted today that your injection sites were very inflamed, and you didn't really bring that up to her either. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Are you alternating the injection sites that we discussed?
I really am. I'm not really too clear on this whole process. Basically, I'm kind of a
Okay.
novice at this point, and so it's kind of like trial and error. I think that I'm not paying attention to it as much as I should be. So therefore, I'm probably using the same site too often. And I guess I wasn't aware of what I was looking for if there was a problem
Right.
at the site. So I'll try and remember.
Right. I think you're going to have to
rotate
do,
that.
yeah, a little bit more than remembering.
Yeah.
I'd like you to write down, what I'll do is I'll give you a diagram of the human body, and I'd like you to mark off, okay, every time you inject, you keep track of where you're injected.
Okay.
I'd also like you to let the alcohol swab totally dry before you inject in, because I think that's making you more inflamed in
Oh,
that
really?
area. Okay? And maybe you could put like an ice, not ice directly on it, but roll the ice up in something to protect it and put it on there like cold compress, and that'll decrease the inflammation. And one thing that my nurse told me is that you're not really allowing the alcohol to dry, so it's hurting you a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be doing
let
something?
the alcohol totally dry before you inject.
Okay.
Okay, but I'd like you maybe to write down all the things as they occur. But I'm going to check the site myself the next time you come in, because it's hard sometimes with you that you don't bring these things up, and this is a joint effort between us, and I'd like you to be very involved in this, because I think we could help you out a lot with this.
Yeah, I think I wasn't really sure as to what the site was supposed to look like, if it was natural for it to have some inflammation. So now I'm a little more educated in terms of what to look for, and I really wasn't aware that you could inject it in various parts of your body, I think.
The last thing I want to bring up, Rosanna, is sometimes when you don't volunteer this information, it's a sign of depression. And since I first met you on the first visit, you were very animated and motivated. I would like to start you on an antidepressant, which is going to be safe for your liver, okay, and see how you do on that. So I'm going to write out a prescription for you that you'll pick up and you'll start. Okay, so these are the things that we discussed on here. I'm going to check all these issues out the next time, and we'll see you back in a month. Okay? All right, great.
Thanks, Dr. Palmer.
Okay, sure.